Hi everyone, Gyl Golden here. This is my first episode of my new podcast, Build Your Mind and Body. Welcome. Today I'm going to introduce myself and I'll provide some background about who I am, where I'm from, why I'm doing this podcast, and I'll also discuss what topics I'll be covering. So again, my name is Gyl Golden. I am an endurance athlete. I am a triathlon coach and a writer. In 2018, I cycled the Tour de France route one day before the professionals with a group of French women whose aim was to promote professional women's cycling. We wanted a women's Tour de France. And in fact, as of 2022, there are 8 stages of a women's Tour de France, which starts right after the men's racing. The Tour de France lasts for 3 weeks with only 2 days off and covers over 3,000 kilometers. I celebrated turning 50 during the 3 weeks. And that's relevant because all of the other girls were about half my age. So needless to say, this feat was a major milestone for me. I just finished writing a book about this experience because during that time, I reached a turning point in my life. This is because during the prior 10 years of this event, I suffered from depression. And while the battle still exists, it's now much more manageable. But one thing that's helped me was engaging in endurance sports. I started out as a long distance runner back when I was in graduate school. And it was at that time that I discovered the benefits, both physically and mentally, of endurance training and racing. After a number of marathons and many countries later, I found myself in France and I started training and racing Ironman competitions. For those who don't know, an Ironman race is a 2.4 mile swim followed by a 112-mile bike ride, followed up with a marathon, which is 26.2 miles. Once I got hooked, I couldn't stop, and it was triathlon training that actually saved my life. It was during that time that I trained to be a triathlon coach. This podcast will cover topics such as endurance sports, including the swim, bike, and run, how to get started in one or all three, strength training, coming up with a balanced training plan, and there'll be a lot of discussion on nutrition. I will talk a lot about cycling, from getting started to planning bike packing trips. And lastly, but equally important, I'll be talking a lot about our minds, including positive self-talk and the psychological stumbling blocks we all face. I will share a little about my personal experiences, and this includes growing older, being the aging athlete, which I am, as I am now 55 years old. I think I've finished with my midlife crisis. I hope I have. And I will share a lot of insights on this midlife transition. You'll also hear from invited experts on relevant topics to give us a more global view on things we can do to build a strong mind and body. So that's it for now. Please hit the subscribe button, and I hope I'll see you soon. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.